so we're getting pretty close to July. And I was approached by by Mayor Brenda Gunter and Del Velasquez and said, hey, we're not going to, and also Carlo Campanelli, who's the San Angelo host guy, he's the concessionaires. This is going to be the second year in a row we're not going to have fireworks. And Brenda was pretty emphatic about it. She said, if we don't have fireworks, they're going to blame me for it, right? Because she was getting blamed. Remember, she was getting blamed for all the COVID stuff because she was the spokeswoman.
Not like it was trickling down from the top.
Yeah, it was trickling down from the federal government, but she was a spokesperson for this area, so she was getting blamed for the COVID shutdowns. Anything that happened was Brenda's fault. But also, she said that the spirit of the town was down, and she was coming off of getting that rodeo approved, getting the rodeo approved in 2021. For the health authorities, and I remember we had Dr. James Redis, the health authority. We got the health authority to approve it. But anyway, we're maybe 8 weeks out, and they said, "Can you get something together?" So we started fundraising. That's when I had to go look at the history of this, where it come from. And the symphony wouldn't do it because they were worried that the trombone players were going to blow COVID onto the clarinet players or the violin players, right? And of course, a lot of the symphony players are from big cities where they're woke, So there's no way we're going to get the symphony to play. So we had to figure out what to do. And we got the Air Force Band of the West agreed to come, which was awesome. And in 8 weeks, we put the thing together. But our fireworks was very small because we didn't have the budget. We had no budget. And so we were able to do a bigger fireworks than our budget allowed because Ken Landon, who was the storied guy who was behind the water lily ponds, and he was also the de facto go-to guy for fireworks in San Angelo, Texas. He did the Lake Nasworthy fireworks, and he also for years did the one downtown at the Pops concert. He said, I have extra because I ordered a whole bunch of stuff and we couldn't use it in 2020. So we were able to get pretty good fireworks going then, and it was enough to inspire people, say, can you make it bigger next year? And so every year we've made it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I think we're pretty much we're maxing it out now, but we're still going to make it bigger next year. What do you think?
Oh, I think so.
Make it bigger. But anyway, this is Mary Coffey, and she's introducing Mayor Brenda Gunter, who's had some words to say yesterday from the stage. Let's watch. Hey, Mary, before I hand you the mic totally, will you explain to these fine gentlemen out here, and ladies and gentlemen, how this first responder thing came apart? I think we'll talk about a little bit of the history. And I'm going to give you the mic, but before you do that, don't we have a guest?
We absolutely do.
We have a guest?
We have a very important guest. And I tell you what, everything that this city and this whole country has gone through since 2020, but all the good things that have come from it, one of the really good things for San Angelo, Texas, is our Mayor, Brenda Gunter. Brenda, I want you to stand beside me when I introduce you, because we're going to talk about this together. It deserves some conversation.
Partnership.
That's exactly right. Unity. That's what this whole thing is about, is the united part of this.
You got it.
We unite. In 2021, after COVID, just dang near destroyed everything, this event, this whole Star Spangled Banner, 4th of July that's been going on since all of us can remember, it wasn't going to happen. It just shut us down. And Brenda said, no, we can't have that happen. We've got to make it come back. And so she approached Downtown San Angelo, Inc., and then they approached San Angelo Live. And you know what, say what you want, the players got together, they put their heads together, and here we are today. So I want you to put your hands together. I know it's hot, but y'all all braved the heat and you showed up, and that's what it's all about, showing up and doing the right thing for the community. So I want you to give a big San Angelo thank you to our mayor, Brenda Gunter.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who were raised tough, you're raising your kids tough, and you remain tough. You got to have some West Texas strength in order to take on a July 3rd event at 105-degree weather. But that's what we are out here in West Texas. And I thank you for each and every one of you for being here tonight, for supporting this event, for being a part of celebrating our history, our nation's history. I'm a big believer in historic events, people, places, and most important, our nation's independence. We celebrate it big in this city because we believe in our nation and we believe in the freedoms that we have in this nation. It didn't come easy, it didn't come free, but we get to live that freedom today in San Angelo, Texas. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this city. Thank you for being a part of the citizens. And I want to put a big thank you out there to Downtown San Angelo and San Angelo Live for putting the work, the effort into making this thing happen. Enjoy it, everybody, and have a great 4th of July weekend.
Okay, coming back, Mayor Gunner. And you know, Mary Coffey put her heart into this thing.
Oh yeah, this wouldn't happen without her.
I mean, she's a workhorse behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. But that was Brenda. I thought that was a good speech. She basically said she was lighthearted, and she basically, hey, you guys have a good time. It's great we're doing this. Bringing people together was also part of the theme, I guess, under the scenes. And you know, we just had one of probably the most divisive police chief election contests.
No.
Don't you think? But anyway, we brought you. Is Johnny Fisher? He's the San Angelo Fire Department assistant chief. Is he your cousin or uncle? Or you don't know?
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly how it.
He's your cousin.
Lines up.
He's got to be your cousin.
There's some. We're through marriage somewhere.
It was a cousin through marriage. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, we had
He was at all the family reunions and at the family Christmas parties and everything. So good guy.
So Patrick Brody, who is the San Angelo Fire Chief, he couldn't be there. He was off fighting fires somewhere else, I guess, and or on vacation.
Yeah, we had some carnage yesterday.
You know, and so Johnny Fisher, his assistant, he came out on stage. He introduced two, I guess, journeyman firefighters, and kind of showed, hey, let's recognize these guys. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then after that, we brought on the San Angelo Police Department. We weren't sure if Travis Griffith was going to be there. But he shows up.
He was there.
He was early too. I mean, he walked out on stage and surprised me. I was trying to make this story, which is, sometimes I make these flying stories that have no, people don't see the relationship, but I do. I don't know. Okay. I started that story.
I remember you saying, "Hey, get back, don't let people see you." I remember you saying, like, just back up a little bit, stand back behind the stage.
And he shows up right there in the middle of the thing, like, oh, all right. But anyway, we shook hands, and he introduced two of his cops. And I thought Travis's words were really good. But anyway, let's watch this. This is the San Angelo Fire Department and San Angelo Police Department, their presentations at the 2024 Star Spangled Banner.
Okay, we're not going to be without surprises today. We got 3 special guests. The first one to bring in a little bit of what Mary's talking about, our first responders. If I can find them back there, the stage is getting really crowded. But the men and women of the San Angelo Fire Department, they'll run into the building when it's burning. They'll save your pets. They'll save your grandma. They'll save you before they'll save themselves. Johnny Fisher, he is Assistant Fire Chief. Patrick Brody couldn't be out here today, but I thought we would probably bring out the Assistant Chief. It was recognized the San Angelo Fire Department. There you go. All yours, sir. Now, don't take up too much time.
Don't worry about that. How are y'all doing? Thank you all for being here. So my name is Johnny Fisher, Assistant Fire Chief, San Angelo Fire Department. I just want to tell you how blessed and fortunate that we are as administration, and how blessed you are as citizens of Tom Green County and the city of San Angelo for the caliber of men and women that we have that serve our community. We truly, truly have an exceptional fire department here in San Angelo. We're very, very blessed to have the men and women that serve us. So I wanted to thank y'all, those that are in the crowd, thank you for your service and your dedication. Thank you guys up here. I'd like to introduce a couple of the guys. These both are drivers for the San Angelo Fire Department. We got Brad Hartman, and we got Ben Ashlock. So anyway, thank you so much, and I really appreciate what y'all do, and I thank our department for what they do. These guys are heroes that put their lives on the line, and really appreciate all they do.
Thank you, Johnny Fisher. How about for that? Let's give it up for the San Angelo Fire Department. While our city also has a fire department, we also have a police department. And I know a lot of you have done a lot of policing work, and here's what I kind of get down to. I flew jets, and I knew that if my engine caught on fire, I had like 2 seconds to shut down the engine. That was boldface. And every time I look, oh my God, he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Police Chief Travis Griffith. How'd you get up here so fast?
Magic.
Magic. Say a few words.
I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out, and what an amazing representation it is for all of our first responders, whether or not you're a volunteer firefighter, a paid firefighter, you're on the fire department here locally or traveling in from outside. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the Tom Green County Sheriff's Department. I see a lot of you faces out there. I see a couple right there. Thank y'all guys. Appreciate the city marshals are out here. I think we have pretty much everybody represented. And I can't tell you enough what it means for all the first responders, for all the times that you got away from your families, you didn't get to spend Christmas, you didn't get to spend that birthday, you didn't get to spend that time, whether or not you're working in the ER, or you're working in the field, or you're out there putting out fires. Thank you for everything that you've done. All the praise goes to y'all guys. So thank you. Give them a hand, everybody out here. This is Bruce Stewart. He's one of our officers. He's an awesome guy. He's one of the fittest men that I know. That is, I won't say his age, but he's super fit for his age. 21. He's 21 years old is what he says, 21. And this is John Bouligny. He's been with the department for a long time, and he's a great asset. So thank you to these men, and thank you all for coming out. God bless America, and happy 4th of July.
Thank you, Travis.
Yes, sir.
Now, here's something unique. We had John Bouligny on stage. His brother, James Bouligny, is running the video stuff. You see all this video stuff going on? That's James Bouligny. And his, I guess, uncle, cousin is Johnny Fisher. So it's a family affair out here.
Welcome back. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was
Anytime
apropos.
you can put the spotlight on the first responders and everything.
Well, that and the leadership. I mean,
Yeah.
letting leadership do their thing. Shelburne Financial Services actually financed the entire stage. I mean, we had a lot of sound stuff there that cost a lot of money. Of course, Intertel did the video boards.
Oh, I saw all of it. I was around that stage all night. I saw it all.
I mean, we had one heck of a sound system out there on
We
that
had
on the stage.
two big flat screen TVs on each side of the.
Actually, we had
stage.
4 because we had the
Oh,
two
yeah, we had
side
two
ones.
side ones, too. That's
Yeah, you
right.
never took any video of the side ones. Those are the most beautiful boards because of the running loop. The video loop, it had all airplanes on it.
I mean, you can fire.
My wife says, I know you made those but the deal is the Air Force and the Navy and all that, they have free footage. So you didn't have to pay royalties on it. So,
okay.
I said, hey, let's use government footage and let's do it of like bombers dropping bombs. So anyway, but Shelburne financed everything on the stage, and we were really appreciative of Shelburne Financial Services. Once again, Intertel is they're sponsoring these live streams. We're going to do 2 of them. This is our short one, which is I have too much wind here, so I have to speak too much. But the next thing that happened, we're bringing you the highlights, and we're going to get to the fireworks in a minute. The next thing that happened from the stage is we had a special guest, George Washington, and that's actually his name is Rafi. And he's a celebrity _
That wasn't really George Washington?
No, it was not really. George Washington's dead. He died of a toothache. And we had tried to make a joke about it on stage, but I don't think anyone got it. But anyway, that was Rafi. He's a celebrity _ historian on Instagram. And what his shtick is, he used to work for the Park Service, National Park Service at Gettysburg. And those guys had to be have degrees in history, and they have to give the inside story about the battles of Gettysburg.
Right.
And so that's where he learned how to present. And then he went back and got his MBA in business. So he wants to say, how do I monetize being a historian? And so that's what he's doing. He'll reenact George Washington. He goes, I said, why don't you do like Thomas Jefferson? He said, well, everyone knows who George Washington is. So I thought that was interesting. The other thing he does is he puts together these special history tours. So let's say you wanted to, and this is an idea. He hasn't put this together, but I think one interesting history tour would be Vicksburg campaign down in Mississippi. So you start maybe up at island number 10 in Tennessee on the Mississippi and move yourself down all the way to Vicksburg, and you go to all the sites. And one of the things, since he has these contacts inside the history world, he can bring, like, this famous author or something to come speak exclusively to you. These kinds of tours are, it's kind of like going on a vacation. Instead of going on a cruise ship and getting and gambling the whole time, you can go learn something. I believe he's done some around Baltimore. He's done some history tours concerning the Revolutionary War before. Very smart guy. Anyway, he dressed up as George Washington. And so I had to play a straight guy to the George Washington guy. So let's watch. This is when we first brought out George Washington.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Mount Vernon, please put your hands together. Welcome President George Washington. He has to learn how to use the mic.
There's a new technology here.
Yeah, well, new technology. So let me ask you this. You left Mount Vernon when? Like 4 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Or did you fly?
Well, like on top of a bird, or what do you mean fly?
No, fly in the big cylinder.
I was going about 20 miles a day. So
20 miles a day.
How long that takes.
So it's a good thing.
I don't even know where I am right now. Is this old Spain, or where am I?
We're in Indian country.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is Indian country here. Anyway, I heard you have a what is it called, a sore tooth.
Oh yeah,
the sore tooth.
Yeah, but nothing that'll kill me.
You don't think it's going to kill you?
No, it won't grow.
Yeah. Okay. So if y'all don't know who George Washington was, he was the first president of the United States, right? Did you always know that? I just learned that. But here's an interesting thing. George, I realize you had a successful 8 years. You served 2 terms as president of the United States.
Yep.
So why didn't you do like Joe Biden and go for 3 terms?
Because I wanted to show the precedent of being able to step aside from power after 2 terms. So to voluntarily give up power so that we don't have a king. Because at this time, there are a lot of kings around the world, and I want to make sure that we can show that we don't have to stay up top. And that's how, for generations later, many presidents followed that habit of only staying in 2 terms for quite some time before it was broken.
So it was like a custom, just because you said it. It was a custom to serve 2 terms as president, and then you were done.
That's right. It was a custom.
Until
Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He went for 3 terms.
He went for a 4th one. Yep.
And he died in the middle of his 4th term.
That's right. He went 4 times. And that's when we established a law to ban that. But the law is based on basically legalizing the custom of only 2 terms. So that's where the 2 terms comes from.
So, since you know so much,
Washington did.
You know so much about history, and we're here at the Star Spangled Banner fireworks and concert and fireworks, and we're celebrating, I guess, the War of 1812, right?
Well, the Star Spangled Banner is from the War of 1812.
But we're going to play music from Russia.
That's right. Well, I don't even. Russia and the Cold War is still something I don't know about.
You don't know anything about the Cold War?
No, I don't know what that means.
What about Putin? How do you feel about Putin?
I don't like Putin, as you might imagine.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could fill us in on the history of the Star Spangled Banner.
Sure, absolutely.
And I'm going to let you have the mic for a while because we're waiting on. I got to go make sure the community band's ready.
Okay.
And I'll come get you. All right.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, George Washington on the history of the Star Spangled Banner.
Well, that was our first. I mean, we hadn't rehearsed anything, so that was our first. George Washington made it.
San Angelo Live doing stuff on the fly? What are you talking about?
Well, your camera had a hard time keeping up with him. He was moving all over the. He was moving all the way. But why did you keep turning the camera the opposite way?
I couldn't turn it around because the battery was on the bottom of it and it wouldn't turn all the way. Oh. So I just had to keep cutting back and forth around it.
Yeah, so you do these.
I had to make it.
You do like 720s to do a 180.
Yeah, I had to make it work. So.
The fireworks, I have a lot of sponsors. One of them was the Sug Switch Ranch. That's Brandy Ellis and John Young, and this is a ranch out in Reagan County that for years has been a hunting ranch, and now they're branching into real estate investments and music production and other things like that. So we're very appreciative of the help from the Sug Switch Ranch. Also, Dynasty Wireline Services. They actually paid for all of the ice cream for the Sunny Clears Memorial Ice Cream Party. Did you get any ice cream?
No.
You didn't get any ice cream?
Your wife offered me some, but
You were too busy?
If you watch the footage, you're going to see a dude with white suspenders running around the stage probably 1,000 times. So.
That was right, you in the white suspenders. But the San Angelo Community Band was the next thing I thought was a highlight. And obviously they played the music during the fireworks. But one of the things that the community band does, people love music, and when you really have a love of music and you have a talent to play a horn or play a clarinet or woodwind instrument or drums, percussion, it offers an opportunity for an outlet for people to be creative. And they practice a lot. They work hard at what they do. And for this show, they really do go out of their way to find different ways to engage the audience. And since this was, we had a patriotic theme about the veterans and stuff like that, they brought out a choir. It was a quartet. I'm going to say a choir, a quartet of singers to accompany, or the band accompanied the singers singing things like "Anchors Away," which is the fight song of the Navy, right? So let's watch that. Coming back, I mean, that was kind of an example of the musicianship that we have with the community band. And then, of course, the other musicians we had was Take Two. And, I always get these names, and I was on stage and I was introducing them. And Monica Ramos, who runs Downtown San Angelo Inc., she was supposed to put the names of everybody on there, but she forgot the drummer. So anyway, I thought, so I don't get in trouble, I thought maybe you could name the names. I got them right here. It's right here, starting with up right here. Where are they?
Right, Chunky Nelms, the lead guitarist and vocalist.
Chunky Nelms, the lead, and they're saying he could play a scorching guitar, and he can. He's really good.
Dr. Kelly Wilson, the bass player, he kept control of the band's heartbeat, and District Judge Jay Weatherby on keyboards, rich voice to harmonize, and Robert Harris, the drummer, and Daryl Cates, the electric guitar, shred solos.
There you go. That was Take Two, and we've done this for 4 years. I think Take Two's performance was, excellent.
I thought they did a good job.
Really, really good musicianship. And of course, this is live, and I'm about to show you a clip of Take Two, so you can kind of get a taste of it. This is probably their third or fourth song from the end, but let's watch that real quick.
Come on, y'all can dance on the tables and stuff. I have a limo right out the back. I lock the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my friends, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me in the disco records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. They say I'm crazy after all I've been through. Everybody says, oh yeah, oh yeah. I can't complain, there's something I still do. Life's been good to me so far.
All right, so that was take two. My Maserati goes 185. Life's been good, but we didn't know that. I didn't know this. I mean, I've covered a lot of court cases where Jay Weatherby is the district judge, and he's sitting up there at the bench. So he's kind of like this, untouchable guy up there, right? I didn't know this, but he can actually sing Tejano songs.
Oh, okay.
Now this one will catch a lot of people by surprise. But let's watch your district judge, Jay Weatherby, muscle through a Tejano song.
All right, I told you we were going to do something a little different. We've done that.
Y'all are going to be so shocked.
That's one word.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Y'all are going to be so shocked, but you're going to be so... You're going to thank us.
Or not.
Or you're going to totally walk out.
Listo? Palomito blanca de piquito de oro, dile que la quiero, dile que la adoro. Palomito blanca de pecho dorado, dile que los besos me han amarrado, que no puede ya vivir sin ella, que está muy triste mi corazón, que mis ojos han llorado tanto que ya no aguanto de dolor. Palomita, palomita blanca, yo no sé con quién se encuentra ahora, y los celos me muerden el alma al pensar que yo que la cosa, y las noches que pasó conmigo en otros brazos olvidará. ¿Quién será que bajo su vestido todas mis huellas me borrarán? Palomita blanca, de piquito lloro, dile que la quiero, dile que la quiero, dile que la adoro. Palomita blanca, de pecho dorado, dile que su beso me han enamorado.
Bet you didn't know you could speak Spanish. Old Jay Weatherby, he could speak Spanish.
I did not.
Or sing Spanish. Anyway, the last part is part everyone wants to see is the 1812 Overture performed by the community band, accompanied by the fireworks. 23 minutes of fireworks, full-body fireworks. We fired them from Celebration Bridge. Let's watch some of that. that was the fireworks. And the other thing is we had big support from Glaciers, and of course they got Coors and Coors Light to sponsor it. In fact, this is the first concert I think I love Coors Light, and that's the first concert I have Coors Light sponsor me, so it's good. We had Molson and we had Twisted Tea, so we had 3 drink sponsors for this thing. In addition to Shannon Health, they underwrote the entire after party with Take Two, and we certainly appreciate that. Other sponsors we had, Sendero Drilling, that's of course Kirk Clear. He helped a lot with the fireworks, as did Discover San Angelo helped with the first responder stuff. We had some first responders travel here from out of town. So our tourism department there at the DMO, Discover San Angelo, helped with that. And then I've already mentioned TXP, Freeman Pickett, Shelburne Financial Services, the family of Frank Rose, and of course, we couldn't do any of this without the AEP Foundation. But anyway, that's the 2024 A Star Spangled Banner Fireworks in Concert in, I guess, brevity. We'll play this first, and then after this, if you look on our platforms, we'll have the entire show, except for the beginning where James was having trouble with sound.
Yeah.
Just sound. Anyway, anything to say?
What happened to drone footage, Joe?
Oh, we were talking about the sad thing that happened. Do we have enough battery life to talk about this?
Real quick, I bet.
Man, I was out there. I had this drone.
You just bought it.
I just bought it. It's a DJI, really nice DJI Mini, and I had it right there, right at Celebration Bridge, ready for everything to go. Of course, Downtown San Angelo and the community band, held off on the fireworks. We were supposed to fire at 9:22. I had like 30 minutes of battery on this drone, so I'd launched it at 9:21. And so it's up there and it's pointed right there at the bridge. And anyway, it's the battery's getting a little bit low by the time not low, but it was still in the green by the time the fireworks started. So I got really good footage of it firing off the bridge, and then I backed it up. And when I backed it up, all these other drones showed up. And I lost sight of my drone. I couldn't find it. And of course it's dark, it's
right.
And it was getting darker. I couldn't see the horizon. And there's bombs going everywhere. I mean, I'm right up there near the fireworks, so I had to back up because I was worried I was going to get shot down. Anyway, so I hit the return to home button, and the drone says, "I don't know how to return home. I don't know where I am." So the drone got lost, and so I'm like, "All right, I can do this. I'm a former pilot. I can pilot this thing in." So I'm bringing it in, and I see it come right near a tree. I said, "Oh man!" So I try to moved it out in the middle of the water. And I'm trying to move it toward me, and I must have been hitting the down button because the thing just goes right into the water, right in front of Celebration Bridge. And then all of a sudden it says, the little screen on my control thing is, "We have lost contact with your drone." And I was like, I can't believe I just did that. I flew it right into the freaking water. And someone said they saw it. They saw a drone splash right in front of Celebration Bridge. And that was my DJI Mini. So if you see a drone thing out there on the Contra River,
or if you catch it,
if you see it out there, it's got a card in it that has really good footage of the fireworks, and we need it. We need it. So maybe we'll give you some Coors Light or Twisted Tea or Molson.
All right.
Find our drone. It's gray. It's gray in color, and it's got a little bitty SD card in it. Some mini SDs.
Yeah. I was messing with it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I feel like I got in a fight last night, Joe. My body is entirely.
I know. I can't. I'm sore from walking so much. I mean, it was a lot of work. But anyway, I hope y'all have enjoyed this brevity of the fireworks thing. And this was a 4-hour show, and we'll play the entire 4-hour show. But for the rest of you who just wanted to get the highlights, I thought we brought out the good highlights.
All right.
All right. Hey, we'll see you back. We'll see you back tomorrow. Are we going to work tomorrow? Yeah, we're working tomorrow.
You're working tomorrow.
Wow. We'll have the live daily news tomorrow. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is James Bouligny. Thanks for watching.